What is the most common truth that people say to try to get others convinced that there's no God because when they died and come back to life, they seen nothing. There was no playland. There was no tree. There was no beautiful beach to hang out on. Why would that be? Well, perhaps if there's always a chance for science for living while we're here in the first place, to bring you back naturally and safely, then technically you're not dead yet, are you? Now, when some people die, some people see a dreamland as well, which is what gets people confused. But science can explain that. When the mind shuts down, we can dream, right? And sometimes when the mind shuts down, like when you go to bed, you don't dream. It's there's nothing, and then you wake up, and you're like, oh shit, I've got to go to work, kind of thing, right? And so it can happen both ways when you go to die. And so technically, no one can ever say that they've been dead. You know what I mean? So dead means it's dead. There is no technical way to get you back without bringing you back like Frankenstein kind of thing. And if you brought them back like Frankenstein, perhaps maybe then they could tell you there's a God or not. But that's if you brought them back with all their memories, which would be a hard thing to do, as we've proven that brain cells and memories disappear. It goes somewhere. Where does it go? Right? Now, I'm not saying there's not another place. Who knows what the other place is? Could be another birth into another existence that's different than this one, that might need more intelligence or whatever. Right? There's always going to be that belief of something else, right? That's what science is. That the belief of certain old stories and how we debunked old stories was by using science, right? Found out the world wasn't flat and all these things by achieving things, right? And so that's what we do. We keep, but without debate and using our true knowledge of what we have learnt and seen and gone through and know what's best for ourselves collectively, what's done unto you, what you do unto others is done unto you, then you'll end up finding a way, coming up with a way to, it's like a law, to help connect, right? Until one day we can find that truth. So what we do is we fill the gap until we get the truth, which is what I'm talking about earlier, about find your best way in the now until you find better, right? But have a good one out there and see you.